So instead of questioning him, I asked him, "You've done so much for me and the world. What can I do for you?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. The way to scale is to not scale at all. When your product is not fully there, when your customer who's going to buy the product is not fully aligned, that's when you have to sit down and fine tune. Get into the depth of it, detail of it. What do I need to change here? What coding needs to happen here? So in 1 year's time, they started to make 4 times the profit
Without anything on the cost part.
without increasing prices.
Wow. One thing that you'd like to tell your younger self, maybe a self in 28 or 2008 or 2005, much younger self, what would you want that, Anuj?
The world loves you.
Oh. One thing you wish parents never said to their children.
Don't take risks.
One thing you regret most. All right, here we are back again on yet another special. Every episode is special, isn't it? Yet another special episode of Unbound with Mamtaa. कोशिश यही है कि बहुत ही डिफरेंट प्रोफाइल्स को, बहुत ही अनस्टॉपेबल ह्यूमंस को हम आपके सामने प्रेजेंट करें. Today on the set with me, I have a great pleasure and honor of welcoming not just a founder, not just a growth strategist, but a dear friend too. Welcome to Unbound, Anuj Mittal.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're truly welcome to this show. Set कैसा है, vibe कैसी है, पहले ये बता दो.
It's beautiful and I'm really loving it. And I'm literally feeling I'm sitting in your drawing room.
Yes. So after unjailing, unleashing, unbundling, here you are on Unbound, Anuj.
That's true.
That's true. Tell us about your journey, your purpose. What brings you here today?
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that question up front. But, my purpose is very straightforward.
Yeah.
I want people and businesses to have the best of knowledge, the best of what's possible in the business be available to them.
Right.
Okay? And that's what I'm driven by. I'm just passionately creating new content, new insights and new methods such that businesses can transform. And in the process, the people who work there can transform.
Right.
That's what I'm really up to.
So transformation is at the heart of it, right?
Yes, transformational growth.
Growth is at the heart of it.
Yeah.
So spiral, growth, strategy. That's what you're here for, and that is what the work that you do. Break each of down for us. And how does that impact businesses, work, your purpose, everything?
Sure. See, everyone wants to grow. Every business out there, no matter how big you are, even if you're Reliance, you want to grow further. Okay? So growth is a very natural, fundamental thing to us human beings that we want to grow. And maybe not just human beings, everything, even the plants want to grow, animals want to grow, everything wants to grow, right? However, when it comes to actually achieving sustainable growth, which is beyond what your mind can, imagine, we are very limited by the learnings that we have had from our parents, from our environment, or from the way things are done usually. Yeah. And in the process, what I say is that people have tremendous potential, but are simply not aware that where their business or where their life can go. And that is what we unleash with the spiral strategy. Okay?
Right.
And so spiral in particular standing for non-linear. Like normally when we think of growth, it's like, okay, I'm growing in this fashion, maybe a hockey stick. Okay. But that's not how growth happens in nature. That's not how growth really happens. Growth happens in spirals, and that's what is normally not intuitive for people.
Spiraling up ही है ना, spiral down तो नहीं होता.
If you're not spiraling up, you're spiraling down.
You're spiraling down. देखो, आप जब शुरुआत करते हो तब तो ये नहीं सोचा होता है कि ये डेस्टिनेशन पे मैं पहुंचने वाला हूँ. तो वो भी that part, that how did you discover this destination for yourself for the time being, if I may say, how did you come about that?
Sure. So when I was in college, for me, I was somehow always about that businesses have to be really big. Businesses, make in India has to really mean world class. Okay? And at that point of time, I thought marketing was the game. And because we are not marketing ourselves well, we are not building great brands. And that is why Made in India is not world class. And so with that thought, and really with that thought, not just, okay, let me find another job with my MBA. I went into an MBA. Okay. Did an MBA, went out and started working in marketing, in sales and in marketing and in FMCG companies.
Yeah.
Learned a lot, learned the basics of how things are done, was able to produce great results over there. But very soon it became apparent to me that marketing is not really making anything great right now. Okay. There's fundamental many further issues out there where we are not world class. Yeah. And that's where I got in touch with this field of consulting called theory of constraints. Okay. If you're familiar with Dr. Goldratt, or if you heard of the book The Goal, and that's a book which had always fascinated me. I'd been using it in my work forever, and I got a chance to meet Dr. Goldratt himself.
Oh wow!
Okay, and there's a whole story behind it, and I'll share that.
Sure, or you can share it now also. That's all right.
So Dr. Goldratt, for those who are familiar, was one of the world's best known business gurus. Okay, and his work is unconventional and completely transformational. I got to know that he's coming to Delhi, to Gurgaon, to give a talk. Okay,
this is which year?
This is 2008.
Okay.
2008. Okay, and he was launching a new book called The Choice. Okay, I managed to get into the venue. In the venue, there were around 500 people sitting, and I was at the last completely. Dr. Goldratt was talking to them, and there was no way I could have spoken to him. There was no way I was visible to him at all. But what I started to notice was that he was getting very irritated with the crowd.
Okay.
Because the level of questions that were being thrown at him were very banal and very, very basic. And the people had no idea whom they were really talking to. And sensing that, at some point of time, I raised my hand in a moment of silence, and he noticed me. I'm surprised how he noticed me, but he did. Okay, and he asked me to ask the question. So instead of questioning him, I asked him, "You've done so much for me and the world. What can I do for you?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. That just completely, there was stunned silence after that. Changed the tonality of that event.
Yeah.
Okay. People began to realize that who are they really listening to?
Yeah.
Okay. And he got his flair back in that moment, and he, delivered a great talk to us.
Right.
Then he drew me aside. Okay. Took my book, which I'd bought, which he, the choice which he had, and he signed it with his email.
Wow.
Okay. And which was, he rarely used to give his email to anybody other than his very, very close circle. And he literally mentored me into dropping whatever I was doing and jumping full on into this domain of theory of constraints, which was transformational work at a business level.
Wow.
At an individual level as well, but definitely at a business level.
For sure. So has this triggered any story, idea or thought in you? Or do you have a story to tell yourself? Then reach out to me at Unbound with Mamtaa. Write to me at unboundwithamtaa@gmail.com या फिर किसी भी हमारे एपिसोड, स्टोरी, रील या शॉर्ट्स को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें. Keep watching Unbound with Mamtaa.
But what was really missing was empathy for who the person is. Okay, for me, there were people who were there to produce work. It was like a very mechanistic view of how people are and how people work together.
Right.
Okay. So when I started to look at them as people and no longer as part of this machinery who are helping this grow,
or a resource,
things shifted dramatically. Okay, and I began to have a lot more space for people and for myself as well to make mistakes, to do something illogical and be okay with it. Okay, and because I realized most of the time when I was angry, it wasn't that I was wrong. Whatever I was saying was the right direction, and most of them would accept. Okay, it's just the way that would land on them, or the way I would communicate with them, that would not be great for them. So it would not leave them in a place where they would flourish from there. Okay. So when I started to shift that, there's been a sea change in that. Okay. I might still lose my temper, but I'll also catch myself that I'm losing my temper, but for their betterment. And then the entire context shifts.
Yeah.
That can I have this person move to the next level?
Right.
Okay. There, the way to scale is to not scale at all.
Oh.
Yeah. So
please explain that. That's a tricky one. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you are in that state, when you're doing, when your product is not fully there, when your customer who's going to buy the product is not fully aligned, okay, when you're not at a stage when the flow is already happening, that's when you have to sit down and fine tune.
Okay.
Small things. Okay, this did not work for this particular customer. Get into the depth of it, detail of it. What do I need to change here? What coding needs to happen here? What feature needs to be added here? Minor, small things. Those minor iterations which you need to do before you take the product out to a wider audience.
Right.
That's a step most people rush through.
Yeah.
Because of concerns of money running out, etc. All of that. But there is some kind of a rush to suddenly scale. Okay. And I'm saying the startups with scale are the ones, well, they can be any startup with scale, but the ones which do really, really well are the ones who've taken this time to iterate. Right. And build a scalable model before you start scaling. So he put himself in the shoes of the purchase manager to think from his perspective. That's what's really happening to him in that moment.
Yeah.
So imagine you're the purchase manager with an automobile company, and there is, let's say, the cars are being produced, and suddenly one particular component is not available, and the whole production plant line is stopped because this component is not available. Another way of thinking about it, that there is a train running and suddenly you realize that some rails are missing. That's the level of impact which has on it.
Yeah.
So there is a whole flurry of emails which happen in that company. And listen, where is this material? Get this material.
Yeah.
So in that moment, the purchase manager is under tremendous stress to somehow suddenly procure this material before the material runs out. Otherwise, the line will stop. His job will be on the line. There'll be tremendous stress. Okay. And what if I detail it out further, what really worked for them? That let's say they sell the product at 100 rupees and the cost price to them is at say 94 rupees. Right. Okay. In a normal scenario, the purchase manager would have negotiated another 3 rupees discount from them. So their cost is 94, they would have sold at 97. So they would have made 3 rupees on it. Okay. In this scenario now, they're not able to charge more than 100 rupees because the OEM company has written down costing at which they will buy the steel.
But the purchase manager is not negotiating.
Is not negotiating anymore. So instead of 3 rupees, he's making 6 rupees.
Wow.
Okay.
On those urgent orders.
On all the orders. On all the orders.
Okay.
And earlier, they would pay him back in 90 days. Now they pay him back in 30 to 45 days.
Wow. Because it's urgent.
So he's doubled his profit.
Yeah.
Reduced his investment by half. The money that he was investing, giving them credit.
Right.
So that's where the four times has happened.
Wow. So like they say that common sense is actually most uncommon amongst us all common people. I think that's a wiser way to really go far and beyond. And like you said, then in that case, of course, growth is evident and growth is that's meant to be. This is my personal favorite round, which I call it like a rapid reflex round. I've been obviously posing a lot of questions to you. These are very quick volley of questions where I don't give you much time to think about it. In a word, in a sentence, you got to come rapid. So
Okay.
are you ready for this?
Sure.
Anuj, yeah. Complete this sentence for me. Never have you ever.
Lied.
No, never. That's the biggest lie, isn't that?
Never have I ever manipulated anyone.
Okay. Your biggest vulnerability at this point in time in life?
Being alone.
Your biggest fear?
Being alone.
All right. Something that truly makes you unbound. Like you walk into a space, you're down and out, but there is a mechanism, a process, something that you've created for yourself. You walk out not the same person.
My workshops. Or even when I'm talking to anybody, when I'm working with them on solving their business problem.
Right.
I'm not Anuj Mittal anymore.
Oh.
I'm really there.
Wow.
Okay. And I really get to live a different person there.
One thing that you'd like to tell your younger self, maybe a self in 28 or 2008 or 2005, much younger self, what would you want to say to that Anuj?
The world loves you.
Oh. One thing you wish parents never said to their children.
Don't take risks.
All right. I think with that, you've truly come unbound, Anuj. Thanks so much, really, for being so unfiltered after so long.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, it's been a
And
pleasure.
for some great questions which I was not expecting.
Yeah.
I should have read through them beforehand.
No, there is really no reading. Trust me, I can't. I mean, you know it. There's really no reading. These are just top of the hat, top of the mind, which just comes in a very impromptu moment. And with guests like you who come totally unfiltered, they keep us going with such questions.
Let's keep unbounding together.